Alright, we're back. Let's see how terrible this place is compared to what I remember of it. I mean, this is already kind of not a great start. We're opening up with having to cruise on our boat, which moves as slowly as possible. We simply do not have enough time to get from place to place going on air quotes foot, and by foot I mean by swimming, until we have to. So until then, we're motoring this little boat around, and also we have to break those walls, because of course. I mean, I'm already in kind of a mood because OBS was having some serious issues with this thing here, with RetroArch/Dolphin, when I was starting. And you can kind of tell that part of that is because the position has changed yet again. So anyone who's watching this on YouTube, no, you're not going crazy. It is, unfortunately, just kind of doing that. And while we're over here, I'm just going to take a quick tour of the area. If this water could lower so I could see what's going on. Okay, there is a door here. I'm going to try and get in there. Alright. Well, first of all, we've got the water popping up under us, and the electric choo-choo does not just kick over as soon as it touches water, but it will recede into the water every time we try to throw the boomerang at it. Well, while we wait for the water to lower so that way it can't get free hits on us, because that's fairly designed. And all it gives us is green. Cool. That's, like, as useless as you can get. Alright, I gotta remember, it's been a little more than 3 weeks since I've played this. I gotta remember that you basically need the telescope to go into first-person view. Which, also, if you ask me, is pretty stupid. Alright, water. Like, that's gonna be a constant source of annoyance throughout the first phase of this dungeon. I already don't like this place, and I gotta sit here waiting on this water level to lower and rise to get me where I need to go. Alright, chest, please. If the controls want to function too, that would be nice, but I'm not asking for miracles here. As we get ourselves a dungeon map. That I probably will once again continue to not use, and we'll still be like, well, it probably wouldn't have helped anyway. Oh, really? You're gonna throw 4 of these fucking things at me for just getting a dungeon map? God, really? And furthermore, the fact that you can't do anything about them when they're in the water is kind of obnoxious. I'm not even gonna kid you on that one. It's pretty stupid and awful. Alright. Get back on the box. I said get back on the box. Oh boy. I'm going to be extremely unhappy throughout this entire stream, I'll have you guys know. You know, sincere apologies to anyone who's like, oh boy, angry streamers are just the worst. You ain't wrong, but also, like, hopefully you can understand it is this level. Okay, so we need to switch the side of this far box here. I am, on the other hand, trying to play smarter. Well, that was a double failure on that regard because I hit the wrong button and I didn't have enough time in the first place. You know what's a cool invention? Bomb arrows. And I do not like Twilight Princess, and yet here I am, like, oh yeah, that actually introduced one of the most useful items in the franchise. There had to have been bomb arrows before then, right? Like, otherwise, that's, like, how? Okay, I threw that too early. And did I broke the crate. God, I wish I drank. Let's try doing it from about this far away. Oh no, I can first person without the telescope. Alright, we got it, and all that for one of these stupid blob assholes. Who knows? Maybe there will be something useful in the pots. Har har, har 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 har. It's not gonna happen. I'm not even gonna switch items right now. I was like, should I? Oh, there's a joy pendant. That's actually kind of handy. Something sparks joy. That meme is very, very old now. Those blobs, however, do not spark joy. They only spark electrocutions. Get in the... Yes, yes. Shut up, you stupid boat. I'm fairly certain that the reason why these controls are acting like this, I've forgotten how to control the game in my sheer blinding rage. I'm sure that the only reason why the controls are as off as they are is because I'm not using the right controller. I'm using a PS4 controller because that's the closest thing to decent that I own that will plug into a USB port. I don't have any sort of adapter for a GameCube controller, which would hopefully be more accurate. I'd like to think anyway. Because I absolutely don't remember things being like this on a console before. Also, they give us a nice little demonstration of doing things with these Armos statues. And yeah, we will get to see those come to life and try to kill us later, because they are Armos. I think we can put a statue in the other slot over here and it does something. No, I'm thinking of something else. My bad. This is what I get for not playing this in a long time. Okay, yeah, it's gotta be that, that little statuette thing over there. Can you get on the crate in the tall water? Tall water, yeah. Deep water, there we go. That's the term I'm looking for. Drop. I cannot climb on them from down here. So I guess there's nowhere to go but to stepping stone across these if possible. Which, oh, that's gonna be an absolute disaster with this, like, controller here. Unless... Ooh, can I just drop one of these crates on that? Okay. Yeah, whatever. That's to be expected. I was about to ask if it was going to make me go out, pick up the Armo statue and bring it in here. That's a thing that you can do in a couple of Zelda games where you can just pick up an object, bring it through the door. It seems like by all logical anything, you shouldn't be able to. But sometimes you are. Okay, so yeah, this is the thing we need to activate this. And that cracks open that gate. But there's that whole other side of the room that we haven't explored yet. So I'm not just going to do that, because, I mean, I'm clearly not here speedrunning. If I was, I would have restarted a long time ago. This run is a minimum of 23 days out. And probably closer to, like, a whole month. Because I don't exactly remember when I started this. But it was some time ago. In fact, I think that might have been during a period when I was actually still streaming Grand Order, which I'm going to get back to at some point, don't worry. I'm just feeling super burnt on the game right now because I ground very heavily for an event on 2 accounts, and yeah, that's not a good feeling. On the other hand, I did get waiver on my main account, so that's cool. Okay, so we've... Okay, yeah, we do have torch lighting as the thing here. And there's a couple of Armos. Serious question, are those... No, they're not gonna do the Armos thing. They're certainly not gonna go... Ooh! That was very much a OOT thing. And although I would hesitate to say this game is necessarily, like, brighter and sunnier in any real way, it definitely is more colorful. And less of that grim, gritty edginess. In a lot of ways, OOT was a lot more ahead of its time than I like to act like it was. Not just in terms of gameplay, but in terms of really kind of doing that ugly colorlessness that a lot of games are trying to pretend to be realistic do nowadays. It's not as bad as I'm saying, don't worry. Don't come in here and get angry. Not about that, at least. Come in here and get angry about other things if you want, but... You know, who am I to stop you on that one? I'll tell you who, the person who runs the channel, but... I don't think most people are going to go for that. I gotta remember, these sticks don't burn down. This isn't a timing exercise. Well, aside from the part where we have to get to the torches, that is, but not in that sense. And we have a very generous amount of time to do it in. There aren't really a lot of timing things in most Zelda games that are all that tight. And we got a joy pendant out of it. Unfortunately, we did not get the key, which I was hoping to get, but... What can you do? Let's pick this up. Oh, I can't take it in with me. Dang it. Hey, look at that big old eyeball. I wonder if that means that we'll be getting a bow sometime soon. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure we use a Deku Leaf on these guys. Yeah, no, that is the wrong one. That is the wrong Zelda game. And I'm glad that the only time we're getting, well, saying that, we do get talked to an amount of times. It's just not as often as in OOT. And we got the compass. So, I mean, this is pretty much a free chest. It was less irritating than that one room, so I'll take it. But there's definitely a thing that we can't do here yet, so I guess it's back to the other side of the dungeon for now. Oh, we gotta wait on the water first. What have I been doing lately? Just kind of being worn out a little bit. Stressed. I don't know if you know, but things are not great lately in terms of the usual world crisis that's been going on for the last couple of months. So it is starting to get to me. I do not play Animal Crossing. I don't have it. Which, I mean, it looks reasonably fun for Animal Crossing, but Animal Crossing has never really been my bag. I don't know, I can't really get into it without somebody else having gotten into it first. It's the foothold stage that baffles, well, that's kind of a way to put it. It's that foothold stage where you gotta get into the game that kind of beats me a lot of the time, where it's like, oh yeah, the first couple of days kind of, odds are I'll get it eventually, but there's still a big list of games and, you know, records and stuff that I want to pick up at some point. Mario Maker 2 had a really big update, which actually kind of makes me want to get it, because I do love stuff like that, even if I'm really very unsure of how good any of the content I make is, but that's sort of what happens when you're the only person who really sees a lot of that stuff, because, you know, I start second-guessing myself, and then I become a little reticent to share it, and then I don't get it out there, so I don't get an opinion, and y'all understand how that kind of thing goes. With the expanded mechanics, you can probably do some more stuff with them too, so that's not necessarily a bad idea. Oh, interesting. Less interesting is the fact that I just lost this stick. I mean, that's to be expected, but this is gonna probably be a little bit jank because, as I mentioned before, incorrect controller, and I'm not really good at 3D moving around in these kind of games anyway, so I'm sure it'll work out in a minute or two, or 10. Or, you know, 30. In fact, go grab a drink if you want to. I'm gonna need to pull that box back a little bit here. That's fine. It's pretty easy. Pull. I think that'll be enough. Honestly, in general, I've been in very much a create things kind of mood. Jeez. I may have to reset this room in a minute because getting these sticks back up there seems to be a bit of a problem. Even if they don't go out. So, you know something? We're gonna let this water cycle once, so that way I don't run out of time. Do 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 do. There we go. This should be. Or I can just bank massively off to the side. What am I doing? I'm gonna take the blame for that one, even though I'm pretty sure it has to go to the controller, because you know, that's just what you do when you play a video game. You have to blame your controller. It's the rules. I don't make the rules. I just make fun of them on a regular basis. See, the interesting thing too is that with a platformer game of the sort similar to Mario, is that you can actually put that to a type of advantage too. Is just you have to do something with this enemy, and not even it's like, oh, you gotta get the turtle shell, throw it at something, but you can just make people have to use them as a jump boost or something. Alright, let's do this while the iron is moving in the right direction. There we go. Alright. So 5 tries later, this is a key, right? Sure is. The new update is awesome. That's good to hear. How is it going, Bronco? Oh, well, that's less... This is less nice. Oh, boy. I'm just trying to ignore these as I get to the other side. There we go. Oh, nice, though. That's still something. I need to get Mario Maker 2 at some point. The problem is that because it's a Nintendo game, and not only that, it's part of one of Nintendo's big flagship franchises. It's gonna be expensive literally for forever, regardless of the amount of copies available. Like, I do kind of understand for stuff like Earthbound and its related games. You think so? I think a lot of that really does come down to the art style. But I guess I'll talk about that in a minute. Oh yeah, you just haven't tried the update yet. Yeah, that's what I figured. The thing is, I don't have the game either, so I can't try the update until I get hold of it. Yeah, as far as this game goes, with regards to graphics, I think that, like, the art style just kind of lends itself to not necessarily needing, if people will pardon me for my heresy here, not necessarily needing the absolute highest fidelity to make it look good, because it's so heavily stylized. I don't want to be locking on right now. It's like, a lot of old cartoons still look good, basically, because of the way the art style looked. It's something that doesn't really get worse with age, whereas a lot of the more high detail stuff nowadays is just kind of looking really, really awful as time goes on. Oh yeah, that definitely helps too. I don't have this sitting here plugged into my TV or anything. I'm sure that if I did, I'd be like, oh my god, that artifacting from the stretch. Oh boy. Oh no. I don't give a shit about graphics. I mean, okay, sometimes I do, but it's more in, like, newer stuff where it, again, genuinely looks really bad if it's at lower quality and a lower scale and everything. This one is, it has its moments, but as I've said before, this is kind of, for me, what the Water Temple is for a lot of people. In that, more than anything, it's annoying, and, you know, especially this part with the water going up and down. This part is like really infuriating. Surrounding a thing that I have kind of a memory blind spot for, where I just don't remember a lot of this stuff. So, I mean, obviously, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be over here like, hey, yeah, your taste is bad, but I would disagree. Okay, that's not what I was expecting. The boss isn't that bad. The boss is pretty easy, if I remember correctly. Godan, who's also really basically just a boss from Mario 64, except you have Zelda tools to deal with him. That's a slight bit of a joke, but also it kind of is. No, there's a lot more to deal with. This is basically just the lobby. Do you not remember this one? Which is okay if you do, but I mean, I thought you knew this game pretty well. Maybe I'm confusing it with a different one. The Water Temple is not that bad. Like, I've constantly kind of ragged people for being like, oh, it's the worst thing ever. Like, I understand the control-related thing because, yeah, that was a questionable decision, to put it mildly. Also, that's a BMOS. We can't really, Can we even do anything with this fucker? But aside from the control... Ow. Well, we can get shocked by it. That's one thing we can do with it. Aside from the control-related issue, the Water Temple is mostly defeated by taking notes. Which is one of those things that I think a lot of video game people are like, I think I'll pass, actually. Alright, 3 pressure plates. Do we have 3 objects to... Yes, we do. And, yeah, the BMOS in this game are, like, kind of the worst thing. I was already pretty bad at dealing with them in OOT, but here it's... You get all of that, plus I'm pretty sure you have to use the bow on them, and it's in a very short time frame. And they also shoot a hell of a lot faster in terms of going in that ring. Yeah, I genuinely like dungeoneering in the Zelda games. I'm just not really a big fan of this one. So this big hub, this is going to be where we start getting all the stuff for this dungeon. Oh, I would love something like that. That would actually be pretty cool. You know, especially if they give us a nice chunk of variety in terms of what you can do with them. Which, to be fair, there's usually a decent set of variety in terms of, like, using this format well in the Zelda games. Oh, I've definitely heard the term dungeoneering before. I don't know if it's necessarily been applied in this context, but I'm sure someone has. The sooner that gold choo-choo gets out of my way, the better. And I am absolutely certain we're going to need one of these little baby Armos statues to make our way in the world today. Giant eyeball. Oh, I guess the game could just play me for a fool. But also, I'm going to try and take one of these in anyway. And denied. I imagine we're using that for something else then? Okay. So we've got this funky glow platform here. Okay, yeah, this is where we learned the new song for the dungeon, right? Yeah, this has got to be it. I thought we got the bow sooner than this. All right, check. Or to call me and guide me to the place of truth. Oh, maybe we don't get it yet. Okay. But I know we get a new song in this dungeon, so... that's gonna be a thing. Okay, so... I think this mostly just exists to slow this little dude down. Thanks, guys. Actually, you can pick these up, right? So that's basically just be like, hey, no, you can't pick it up there. Which, okay. Okay. Open the door. Get on the floor. Thank goodness those gels aren't here. I should have got there a little quicker. Whoops. That's my death perception saying, no, I don't feel like working today. And we just set it down, and it's gonna fill things up in for us. If I remember how this works, this is going to eventually open the door on the other side and then open the door across. But again, don't take my word for it because my memory is a bit of a blind spot for this. Take a look at it. Yeah, it's a song panel. For newt tone. For newt tone. God, now I can't stop saying it. Cool. Whoops. A 4-note tune. There we go. We learned the melody of command, or whatever it's called. The command melody. Close enough. And then the panel just disappears. Gotcha. I'm not sure why that happened, but okay. And you can see we've got some more of meaning to have the Deku leaf out. Oh, what a jerk. I mean, listen to that laugh. Wow. Oh. Yeah, it ain't happening. Okay, so this is a grappling hook room. Alright. I can dig it. Unfortunately, that fella can't. Oh boy. Thought I saw him getting closer, but no, that bubble is not gonna... Whoa! Okay, that works. It's gonna make our lives a lot easier when we get the bow, I'll tell you that for a reasonable price. Alright, let's lay down that command melody real quick. Are you sure about that? Well, I guess you are. Get a rainbow bridge going. Can we do this from here? No. So I gotta shut that off. Okay, I gotta actually hit the R button first. Okay. Finally sorted out the easiest puzzle of the dungeon. Holding the controller. The weird antenna on the back of that thing's head, which I guess are maybe supposed to be horns, but they kind of remind me of that thing from Donnie Darko. What's his name? Frank? You just sit there for a moment. Okay, you're probably gonna tell me to stand on the panel. Oh, okay. We set this down on the panel, do this. Oh wow, funny how that works out. I can't hook from here. Can't get there from here. Alright. Stop, turn, and time to build up some momentum again. Everybody's favorite thing to do in these, well, I mock, but maybe this is actually like not that bad of a thing for a lot of people. Good old swinging on ropes. Okay, so we get ourselves a mini boss here. This is gonna be where we get the bow. Oh, it's our first encounter with the Darknut. They really do make these fellas out to be a big deal, but we're gonna face a lot of them later on. Oop. I guess this one's probably like more durable or something. Right, let me pick up the big freaking sword. It's not going to be that useful because of the helmet. I can of course completely fail to make him catch too, but it is what it is. Yeah, that's a thing you can do with like a decent chunk of the enemies have weapons that you can pick up. I don't know how much you saw earlier. Like the moblins have these huge spears that you can pick up and swing around kind of awkwardly. It hits pretty hard too, and also, if in doubt, you can just throw it at people. You can also break these for a couple of pickups, sort of like the Iron Knuckle fights from OOT in the Spirit Temple. And this big spiky box thing that I'm not approaching very well here. That hitbox might be a little bit thin. Let's get ourselves that hero's bow. Come on. Show me potato salad. Yep. We get the bow. And it works about as you would expect, really. So we're going to put that... Actually, we're going to redo my controls a little bit here. I just generally prefer to have that sitting on the Z button. It feels right in that sort of shooter game type of style here. Oh, get a little bit of delay there. Emulator having a bit of a time. Also, you can see we've got that arrowhead icon in there. We don't get to see what it's good for yet, but later on there are fire and ice arrows that we can unlock. Also, light arrows at the very end of the game, I believe. But it has been a while since I've dealt with the end game. So don't quote me on that, is what I'm trying to say. That's not good. That's not gonna do it. That ain't it, Chief. Oh. Well, that didn't work out so well. On the other hand, trying to lure these chuckleheads in is a little bit difficult, and we're gonna need to do that in order to cross that gap safely. There we go. Yeah, that was never really my strong suit, even on the GameCube. Let's be real here. That's that kind of thing, just like as close to no scoping as you get, is pretty tough, no matter what you're doing. No matter what you're doing this on. Maybe it's easier on the Wii U. If there's anyone in here who's played the Wii U version of this who can say anything in that regard, that would be very helpful. But if not, that's fine too. Oh, I think those Armos are pissed at me. I heard them thump, 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 thump. They were coming to get me, but I was not having that. Yeah, the Wii U version did add some extra stuff. Most notably, it adds a sail that lets you go a lot faster, which cuts down on how much of the well, seafaring that you do. And overall, that just makes the game flow a lot better. Unfortunately, I don't have a Wii U, and I don't trust my computer to be able to emulate a Wii U, so yeah, otherwise I'd be playing that version, probably. Get some arrows. That single bundle is worth 10. That's nice. Okay, so the main puzzle here, yeah, this is kind of like a scales thing where you have to counterbalance your own weight with those statues in order to get over that wall. But for now, that's not a big concern of ours. We're going to do this. Because we need a key. And we've got a room here that, I mean, there's this little floor. Does this really count as a room, you guys? I certainly would expect Tommy Wiseau to make a better room than this. Ah! Don't invoke the name of Tommy Wiseau, I guess. Skulls are unamused. They're actually called bubbles. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that starts that platform moving. Is that all we get out of that? I mean, that's useful and all, but well, first, we're gonna have to do this, I think. Yeah, because now that I've fallen in the pit, the alignment on these platforms seems really funky. I don't suppose that doing that caused an issue, do you? Okay, so we're gonna be sitting here for a moment while we wait for this to line back up. Yeah, I feel like dying, well, air quotes dying, it didn't kill me, obviously, but it did refresh the room, has messed up the alignment of these things a little bit. I was trying to stop it there. I was gonna see if I could, like, unopen the eye by shooting it, which... That sounds really stupid, but it is how it works in the previous 3D Zeldas. There's our key, but there's something else in this room. And getting that is probably a good idea. I got a feeling that it's just like a joy pendant or something. Possibly even less than that. Let's get that rolling. And now I have to remember how to proceed in here. Get in the hole. Or don't. Well, now it's getting in the hole. Yeah, I know. What is this, Plastic Alan talking about getting in the hole? Well, unfortunately for you folks, no. And also, I need to hit that eyeball switch to get this. Can I do it from here? Maybe just barely. And by just barely, I mean that that arrow hitbox is going to be the size of Connecticut for some reason. There we go, there's our chest. Maybe just that one corner has this really huge hitbox for some reason. Obviously it's to make there more of a puzzle here, but still. Very strange. And indeed, it was just for a joy pendant, but that's okay. We can turn those in at some point for a thing that I forget what it is. But most importantly, we've got ourselves the key. And there's a couple of bats in here, I know. Let's investigate these pots real quick. Nothing of value. That's a shame. Oh! Okay, that one was targeted. I guess the target just didn't want to draw at any point. Okay, then. You do you, video game. Alright, so we're over here tipping the scales of justice a little bit. You gotta put a second statue on there because apparently these things only weigh about as much as Lank does. I don't quite understand why that is, but okay. There are most statues. It doesn't have to make sense. It's Zelda. It's not... Video games are not required to make sense. In fact, a lot of the times they don't make sense at all. Open this door. What do we got? We're walking the dinosaur in here today? We gotta... do this. We can't call the statue guy from here. And that turns on the electric fence. There is something I'm missing here, I'm sure, but I don't 100% know what it is. I take out the boomerang, try to search for targets. Can I take one of those statues in here? That might be what I have to do. Judging by the lack of a door pattern, no, but that won't stop me from trying. We get on the Gex Horror World chandeliers here. Well, I'm basing that more off of my memory. Bombable wall here. On the ladder, please. Yeah, I'm basing that Gex joke on my memories of the N64 version, where the levels that had the chandeliers, they were like little octagonal things like this, and they didn't have any lights on them. Yep. Instead, they were like little circular, basically little sprites that were supposed to represent light glowing. I'm throwing that too early. Timing these bombs always takes me a couple of tries. There we go. Oh, I'm sure that you can do this a much simpler way. I just did not do it the simple way for some reason. And this will be a bonus room. All right, so we got the big chunguses in here, yeah. All right, so they would just let us leave. Can't just slap them. It's a weird pattern on the floor. Oh, we got an interesting little tone of sound there. Oh, I was close to dropping one there, that's for sure, but no, that's not, that ain't it. Alright, so that spawned in a big chest, and it proceeded to make these fellas nice and angry. So we've got the large Armos here that I think are called Armos Knights, after the dudes from Link's, not Link's Awakening, Link to the Past. And to fight them, you chuck a bomb in their open mouth when you get a chance. You can tell that this is a little bit of a janky business sometimes. And also they leave behind the big glass balls here full of items. Give us the goods. I'd like to get my bombs back. Sure did. At least they don't do that. They just sort of bump into you with their spikes around the edge. They look like they should be spinning, like the ones that... Remember how the Armos and OOT spun when they jumped at you, and especially when you blew them up and they were ready to explode on you? Those guys look like they should be spinning at you, but they don't. And all we got out of that was a treasure chart. That's okay, though. It was a welcome little distraction. We did some puzzle solving. Well, saying that, timing puzzles are always like the feel-bad moment in terms of puzzle games, because you know how to do it, you just gotta actually get it right. Again, super glad that Neolemmix took out timed bombers in most levels. It's still a thing that I think can be activated, and there's some Neolemmix exclusive features that will put lemmings on a timer before they explode, but other than that, yeah. Alright. So if we want to get over there with a statue, you can see we're gonna have to throw a third statue on here. It's a good thing there's 4 over there if we're gonna try this out. I'm sure that this is gonna not bear any real fruit, but What if it is actually what we have to do? Then I'll feel silly for not having tried it for like an hour. Oh. Yeah, see, that's gonna cause a bit of a problem for that. Let's look at this again. Okay, surely this won't work. Yeah, no. Alright, see you later, Bronco. Have a good one. Climb up here. Obviously, that won't do anything. See what looks like a platform up there. Can I do this? No. No, I can't. There's nothing to grapple onto. I surely can't float over this, right? Oh. Oh. I guess I can. And that's a part of why I don't like this level, because I can't remember things like that. I also can't remember to do the song properly. Jeez. Yep, it's an electric fence. And just like in Ren and Stimpy, you gotta not whiz on it. And of course, they've got, like, bulb things on both sides. So you can't just put the statue in there as a blocker or anything. Uh-oh. Really? There's a effing Wizrobe here? Game's sick of my shit, apparently. I do really like the Wizrobes in this game. They've got, like, kind of this toucan sort of look to them. And also, they die really easily, so I'm pretty sure that that's the part that everybody else is gonna like. And I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe that Wizrobes also have, like, elemental magic in this. Like, we saw one there, obviously, was shooting fireballs. But I seem to recall there are ones that have, like, electric attacks and ice waves and... None of them do, like, the square, circle, triangle wave that Magikoopa had in the Super Mario World games. Magikoopa, or as he's known in Yoshi's Island or in Japan, Kamek. Oh, Kamek. What a load of butt. Kamek is... Kamek is cool, but definitely kind of an asshole. And yes, I'm definitely overloading this platform, I realize, but let's just be sure that that little obsidian idol thing looks kind of heavy. I mean, it definitely thumps more than those statues do, so it's clearly heavier, right? That's how things work. The more they thump, the heavier they are. It's just the way it is, don't ask me. Whatever, let's pick it up. And cut our way across. Let this play out. This is the last of those that we have to do, I think. And honestly, all of this is just reminding me, like, do you guys remember... I'm pretty sure I've got a lot of 90s kids in my audience, so surely a couple of people remember things like Nickelodeon Guts and Legends of the Hidden Temple and all that, but more importantly, you remember as a kid that one person in your group who was always like, oh, I'd be amazing at stuff like that. Whereas I am basically the exact opposite. I would be utter dog shit at Legends of the Hidden Temple. Like, especially judging by this dungeon, damn. It doesn't entirely have anything to do with it, but bear with me here. Can we shoot an arrow in this BMOS? No. Alright, can we quick draw on this? Target it. Oh boy. I don't have the reflex timing to do this. Let me get my bombs. Really don't want me to stock up. Okay, so... Blah, blah, blah. They're giving us a simple room right now, thankfully. Alright, pick this up. And yeah, that just gives us the boss key. That's nice and simple to figure out then. Set it down. Okay, I was about to be like, wait, is this gonna be like the standard pressure plate puzzle where I have to find another thing to make it work? And that just makes me think of one of the Master Quest dungeons from OOT. Again, oh my god, I keep bringing this game up. I'm not 100% sure why myself, but... Specifically that there was one dungeon where you had a pressure plate object that you had to use an active Armo statue to activate it with. And it was only for a split second. And of course, that was pretty annoying in its own way because when it hopped on and off of it, the cutscene would replay. So you'd just be like, "What? Why? Stop that, please! I just want to finish the room. I just want to finish the Tommy Wiseau." I've made that joke already. It's okay. Oh. All right. So these are BMOS that are targeting a fairly fixed position, so we can deal with him pretty easily. We got a Kargarok here. Oh. Well. I guess I'm equipping the grappling hook just in case that comes up again. Some more arrows. Let's ignore that one. Birds in video games, man. Oh. I want to get that thing so I can attack the sheep bird. Sheep bird, where'd you go? There it is. Oh, that was well done. Let's restock here. We get ammunition. We get a ferry. I'm feeling pretty confident against this boss, and also we have a ferry already, so... Never mind, I was gonna be like, hey, I don't need one to fight this boss, but I remember that part of that is because Kalidamos was such a wuss. Actually, Kalidamos is pretty hard, but not as hard as Goma. You have done well to find your way to this place. Oh, chosen one. Accept this final challenge. It's not going to be much of a challenge, Chief. Come on. I remember this boss being more annoying than anything, but yeah, indeed, here comes IROC coming out of the wall. Now remember this guy from Shifting Sandland? I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people didn't bother getting that as a kid. A little bit Bongo Bongo too, but this is Godan. This is the, yeah, thankfully, unlike Bongo Bongo, we don't need a, Eye of Truth to deal with this. And yeah, that sweeping motion, that is definitely just straight 100% eye rock. Alright. Oh, here comes some, he's giving us a cannonade. He's a pretty good shot for only one eye. Ow. And I'm very bad at doing the old vigorous circular motion here. Alright. Chow down, buddy. And you can see Olmec just starts, snorting steam out of his nostrils. We do kind of need a lot of instances of getting the right angle to get these shots. So you can tell how this boss can be kind of a pain, but I don't feel like Godan is that hard compared to the other bosses we had to fight. Alright. Link's saying, eat this! He's feeding him the old ghost pepper chicken wings. There is a way, by the way, to get stuff back, but I forget how it works. I've never had anything with ghost pepper, no. I just know the reputation. Alright, so we've got one arrow left, which I'm sure you can notice is a bit of a problem. And unfortunately, I don't 100% remember how to fix that. I think it's something to do with the boomerang. Hey, Zephy, how's it going? Gotta tab over to that in a second because I can't see what the emote is. Can I just boomerang him? It lets me target him, but I can't hit him with it. Okay. Oh, okay. Apparently we can just hit him in the nose. And he sneezes out an arrow. I don't think I want to use this one. You can also see, though, that... Ow. Get out of the electric floor. Come on. Don't whiz on the electric fence, Link. Lank, Lonk, Lunk. Glad to hear you're doing pretty good. I think we're almost done with this boss, because I'm pretty sure it's only 3 bombs. Unfortunately, now he's not giving me the right shooting to get him to open his craw here. Maybe I should throw that bomb better. There we go. The path can now be opened. Oh, chosen one. What will now come to pass is tied to your fate, to the path that you have chosen. Go forward with caution. No, this is... Well, I mean, this is the Tower of the Gods, so it's a test by the gods, yeah. And, I mean, I guess that's one way to beat Spelunky. Man, I didn't even get to the City of Gold in this run. This doesn't make me feel good. Let's get out of here. Alright, well that only took an hour and 10 minutes, not counting the setup time, to get through the Tower of the Gods. That's a pretty chunky dungeon compared to the others, I think. so far. Yeah, that one is... It's not as bad as I remember it, which just seems to be a general theme with this game that I remember disliking a lot of it as a kid. Like, I didn't like the sailing, I didn't like the art style, I didn't like the Triforce hunt. And now that I've gotten older and I've given it another playthrough, the graphic style is very good. It's aged probably the best out of a lot of games of its era. That's not the thing I want to do. The sailing is not that bad. It's pretty relaxing, and it's not as long as I used to think it was. Okay, it's a grapple point. I do not remember this at all. And the Triforce Hunt, well, the Triforce Hunt, as far as I can tell, is probably still balls. Maybe I'll play through it this time and be like, oh, this is actually kind of cool. It's immersive, but that doesn't necessarily mean you want to do it. This, however, that's actually not a bad little scene. You get to ring the bell at the top of the Tower of the Gods. And then have Link go, wait, how am I supposed to get down from there? If I hit the water at that kind of speed, my face is going to shatter. And imagine if this wasn't underwater. Gods acknowledge me to be a true hero. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I had Lonk the first time I tried to play this on a console, but my console was just not having it. Or possibly my capture hardware. But either way, I ended up changing it to Lank when I started playing this on emulator, because, you know, all the Mimi, Lonk, Lank, you know, all that stuff. Video games, guys. Man, Link is giving the bottom of the ocean... Oh, no, he's just having some difficulty. I was about to say, he's giving the bottom of the ocean an intense stink eye there. Like, that look is just like, fuck these corals, I'd like to know why it's black and white, but one thing at a time, I guess. Oh, I'm sure we're not at the end of the game yet. Come on, boat. You're a boat. You don't know about that kind of thing. I mean, you know about the plot because that's how these games work, but you don't know that Ganon's about to make sure that the game doesn't end right now. We got some things going on. These look like the versions of these monsters in this game, which is very strange. Yeah, I've seen better statues of Link, that's for sure. Because, of course, this is a location from a previous iteration of Hyrule, or rather from Hyrule at all, because you gotta remember the Great Sea isn't really Hyrule. Yeah, we've got those moblins are looking a little bit, a little crusty. Alright. What do you got? Am I seeking somewhere in this castle? I must find the basement. It's been blocked by a mighty threshold. Firmly sealed. Do you know where to search and what you must do to open the hidden way? No, I don't. Shape of the hair. Yeah, this is pretty simple if I recall correctly. We got these funky triangle blocks, and we just need to basically hash out a good pattern to get them into the Triforce symbol here. And I gotta say, the Hyrule Royal family just locks everything with this symbology all the time. How do they not have, like, the worst security in the world? Like, is anyone else out there just quietly imagining a 600-page tweet storm from Swift on security on this? Because, oh my god, this is colossally foolish of them. And that's the way Ganon is able to win. They rely on the nobody would think we'd be this foolish principle. And this is actually causing a little bit of an issue because this doesn't control great. This is a little bit on the chunky side of things. Not to be confused with Chunky Kong. The Chunky Kong side of things. Okay, so it's taking me a bit of time to get a good handle on this. Okay, can we pull this in the correct direction? Not without getting on the other side of it. There we go, that's better. Let's descend into the vault. The statue pulls back. Now that we have the plasma beam, we can go get an artifact. Which is nice. I just wish that I'd come here with the plasma beam the first time so I didn't have to backtrack, but that's what it is. Oh, now you're just being a dick, dude. It's a fucking Triforce. Come on. Yeah, get the Master Sword. The very plain-looking Master Sword. You can see that it's a little bit underpowered. Hey, Lethal, how's it going? Oh man, the Knights of the Round are back, and they are pissed. The worst part is, like, the 10-year-long summon animation. Oh no! Oh no! No, they're just using Flash on us. Oh boy, if only we were in Rock Tunnel, we might be able to figure out where we're going. Can I fit in some more weird, irrelevant video game references? The castle is coming back to life. They're gonna make me stick bananas in my ears or something. I don't know. Yeah, I'd like to apologize for the fact that I don't stream very much. I gotta get back into it. It's just been not really the nicest last couple of weeks for me in terms of mental state. However, I did get a video done recently, so I will probably end up doing an exclamation YouTube at the end of this. After I remember to turn my chat bot on, because I just realized it's not. We got the Master Sword. Yeah, it does its thing, apparently. But more importantly, that makes us hit harder, so that's cool. Sometimes the amount of facial expression depth that they give this... Well, you gotta remember that this isn't the same Link that statue was of out there. You know, as far as this Link knows, even up to this point, He's just some bumpkin from Outset Island. Who just happens to have this wooden shield that kind of looks like the shield of the legendary hero. And gets a lot of this gear that is labeled as being of the legendary hero. Basically, it's a little bit confusing. Anyway, we've kind of walked into a bit of a tarp here. I'll be right back. I'm gonna... a bit green to the hero stuff. That's a good one. I'll be back in just a moment. I need to, you know, get a glass of water and all that. Uh-oh, we got a slight problem here. Get a beer, though. That's, if I drank, I would. I feel like I need it after that. Okay, good. We're all back in working order pretty quickly. Oh, I was about to say, do we not have sound? It just was very quiet. I gotta get into a good position to do this fight, because as you can see, we are pretty heavily outnumbered and outgunned here, so we gotta do like we usually do in a game like this, and we gotta at least pretend to fight in a strategic manner. Which means, I mean, repositioning is often the best way to get a handle on things like this. Pick this up. Don't slap me, buddy. Give me a moment to use my big ass projectile here. Oh, he was very... that did quite a number on him. Let me pick up the spear. As you can tell, those are pretty useless against the Darknuts, but against the Moblins, they do good work. Yeah, see, we just huck the guy's spear at him once, and he's down in one more hit. Also, now we get to see the Darknuts face for a brief moment, and we get to see some emulator shenanigans here. Thanks, guy. He just gave us a bit of a helping hand there. Unfortunately, that Darknut is not dead, so it's not that much, but it's something. Anyway, if I can get a chance to say what I'm trying to say, you can see they've got kind of a jackal thing going on. They're like little Anubis guys in very heavy armor. Oh, they've got like they've got very not forward-reaching snoutal areas. They're like jackal pugs, basically. Hey, don't... Damn it. It's okay. There's more of those we can get. There's a few places where we can farm Knight's Crests, I believe. And even then, we don't need a ton to get that special sword technique. But I'm a lot more concerned about the shield guy than I am about the other one. He's kind of a tough guy. And getting a bit tired. Yeah, fair enough. See you later. Admittedly, I am streaming kind of late in the day compared to what I usually do. Like, usually I at least start before, like, 6 p.m. here. Or close to 6 p.m. I started a lot more at, like, the 7:30, 7:45 area. I like how offended they look when you steal their necklaces. Also, you will see that they are going down much faster than before now that we have the Master Sword. That really is a pretty big step up in terms of power. Is that going to be a one and done? No. Trying to punch us in the face, it's not gonna work. This is a thing where we have to kill everything in this room, I believe, in order to move on. Which is like, they give us a nice showcase of the Master Sword's power, but I feel it is a little overextended. Nice, we stabbed him in the butt and he's just crying. To be fair, if I got stabbed in the butt, I would probably not be very happy either if somebody just took a sword to my boot. That wouldn't be a great time. Anyway, yeah, this kind of reminds me of that one area in Kingdom Hearts 2 where it's like the 1,000 Heartless battle or whatever. I think it's 1,000. It's just kind of overextended and you mash the button over and over. It wears out its welcome a little fast. If they cut it down to about like tenfold, it would probably be fine. And of course, it still has the same thing that you get with any of these kill all these enemies in a large room sort of things, where you end up with at least one straggler who's just like, I'm gonna throw you off for about an hour, buddy. Hope you're ready. I think we just chucked the Darknut off the balcony there. That's cool. I will gladly accept any sort of thing like that, because I'm sure there's gonna be a couple of dudes down here that I forgot about. And that'll clump them a little, I guess. See, we're in a place where we have a decidedly great advantage here. Well, more of an advantage anyway. We want to try to avoid breaking that sphere until we're done with this guy. Just that way we don't end up accidentally losing a Knight's Crest. There we go. More of those. There's a Moblin over in the corner that I saw. And I don't know how much else there is left. Hey, come here, you Captain Corpulent motherfucker. Gotcha. Alright. Yeah, see, I didn't even see those beams, but we were locked in until we beat everything here. So with that done, we're gonna go out the top entrance here to go down the way forward a little bit, which oh, no, we have to go the other way to do that. But I believe doing so is necessary for story reasons, so yeah, we may as well. Okay, no, we don't actually have to come down here, but we do get to walk into a wall. And see that? Oh, hey, they're teasing you with this part a little bit. Get ourselves the hell out of here. Head on back to the surface. Or at least go talk to our boat. I think we gotta actually talk to him first this time. Oh, no. Okay. Alright, yep. Time to go and rescue the kid. With how long I expect that to take, that's probably going to be the last thing we do today when we get to it. But there is a little bit of unfinished business we have to attend to first. So He will do that first. Obviously. Like, wow, listen to me. That unfinished business, of course, being that we gotta go fight Cyclos once I figure out where he is. We're gonna have to buy... We're gonna have to fill up our bait bag, right? Yeah, because we're out of fish food. How many of those Knight's Crests do we have? 9? I think 8 is what we need. Maybe it's 10 and we done goofed. Because that one faded out because it was in a really horrible position. Yeah, I think we want to do things this way. Or is it the one on the other side of the tower? I don't remember. I just remember that we approached one of these from the south, and that's how we got into the fight with Cyclos last time, so... We should be able to upset him by doing that again. Perhaps if we just try to go towards Forsaken Fortress, we'll find him eventually. But of course, the reason why we want to fight him is because he teaches us the warp song. We're getting some stormy weather. Alright, buddy, you wanna go? You wanna show up? You wanna tussle? I'm actually gonna get my boomerang out in case of Big Octo. I remember that those can be a thing. It's Fairy Island over there. Is this... Yeah, we've seen this one already, so... There's no reason to go there. In fact, I'm just gonna go towards Windfall Island real quick. And restart... No, that's Dragon Roost Island. Pardon me. I mean, that works too, but... I don't know. I simply do not know. This is one of the downsides, one of the big downsides of playing this on the GameCube, or an emulator, is that we get a lot of this and it kind of slows the stream to a crawl. Well, hopefully I should be able to help work that out a little bit once we actually get into a fight with this Chode, but I don't know where he is, so... That might be a bit. That might be a bit. We actually do have to fight him to get the warp song at one point, though, because unlike in any of... Well, unlike the previous Zeldas anyway, you don't need the fire... You actually do need the fire and ice arrows in this game. In those other games, you did not. This one, you do. But you get them as a package deal, at least, so they cut that down for you a little bit. They make things slightly easier for you. Only slightly, though. Hey, there's Beetle. Alright, get on dry land here. I don't think we can get the... Oh, no, I see the Disco Man up there. So we can get another song while we're here, too. Hey, come on, Beetle. Beetle, don't be such a beetle. Come on. Oh, wow, he's got arrows now. Got 2 arrows for sale. Hmm. Let's fly for this at other shops. Listen to this guy. Beetle is just great. I'm glad they ended up reusing Beetle in other Zelda games. And by other Zelda games, I'm pretty sure I just mean Breath of the Wild, but I think he was in some other ones too. You mean this one and the remake on Wii U? Yeah, very funny, very funny. Alright, let's start this. Hot. Alright, what? It's, it's not that intricate, but, oh. That's nice and simple of a thing there. I like how for some reason there's just a for some reason there's just some disco guy here who teaches us the Sun Song. I don't understand it, but you know, it is what it is. Like anything to get out of air quotes talking to that gravestone. Apparently not. And there, the guy can have his time warp. It popped out of my head for a second. I don't really know what I was gonna do with that pig anyway. But now it's gonna go for a swim and somehow regenerate. That was terrible even by my standards. Oh, old man, yeah. I'm gonna get there, don't worry. I like that they try to pretend there's a little bit of urgency involved with stuff like that. Whereas, come on, we all know how things work in video games. There's never a time limit until they show it to you. So this guy has a couple of these flowers for sale, which you can place both here in town and across the rest of the map, and it gives you a reward that's kind of small compared to considering that. Like, I think it's a heart piece even. And we can come in here and talk to Madame Meow Meow or whatever her name is. I don't remember. But we might have enough of these for her. 19. That's at least a nice chunk. Like about 20 of them. Well, You got pretty close. He did say about 20, so he'll give us a little bit of money. Alright. If we get one more, we're pretty good there. Oh. Oh, do we just have to keep handing them in this way? Thanks a lot there, L button. Target, please. Can I not do that from the side? Okay, so I have to actually get around to getting that main together all in one go. Cool. Noted. There is a bunch of stuff we could do here for now, but I don't feel like it. I'm gonna head back to the Forsaken Fortress. Alright, turn the wind to the west. Get in the boat. Don't get in when we try to jump straight in, because honestly, why would I be able to pull something that slick off? Who do you think we're talking about here? Well, we haven't fought Cyclos yet, but we did get basically the Sun Song, so we got something out of this. Even aside from just beating that dungeon. The sea texture is changing a little bit here. See if anything happens. It probably won't, but one it could. Here, a seagull. I see a couple more. They are starting to follow me. Could be en route to one of them big Octos. Yeah, it'd be nice to fight them. Not necessary, but you know, it's free real estate. Those fights are pretty easy. But also, they decided to just go away. It's okay. I'm not gonna tear my hair out working on it. Oh, but I see old Tornado Man over there. Right outside of this gigantic walled mass of land. This is where we get to when we warp to this location. I think he appears at all of the warp points, basically. Or at least in their little chunk of map. Alright, it's Alright, let's do this, buddy. Unfortunately, I'm a really poor shot, so this may not be the, Yeah, we got him in less than 10 shots. I feel good about that, so, okay. I'll take it. There's also a big delay between when you shoot and when you hit him. So, yeah. Also, he shrinks down again. That's pretty interesting. Alright, and he's gonna show us his tune here. Down, right, left, up. Ta-da! The Ballad of Gales! There's our big teleporter song. Well, I mean, he does say over, but otherwise I don't feel like mentioning the depths is, go underwater. What kind of game do you think this is? Link doesn't have a submarine. Oh, that would be kind of cool, I guess. Actually, thinking about the swimming parts in Link's Awakening, I think I may have to withhold my judgment a little bit there. Although, again, saying that, I haven't played the Switch version of Link's Awakening. Have any of you out there played the Switch version of Link's Awakening? Is it any good? I assume that, like, isn't it a $60 game? I'm sure that it's not necessarily worth that because it's a port/remake, but as long as it's good, that's something. It's superb. I will. It's quite a recommendation. I will definitely. I'm glad that it's good is the big thing, because Link's Awakening is kind of an underappreciated title in the series, in as much as you can have like an underappreciated Zelda game. Although saying that, people really don't like Phantom Hourglass, so I guess if people like that, it's something that would count as underappreciated, yeah. Anyway, let's feed this fish. Get your chow. You even have a streamed playthrough. That's something that I should look at then. At some point. When I remember to. Because I'm a very forgetful person. But we get the map for the Mother and Child Isles. Oh, right, there is a little chunk of landmass there. I mean, yeah, that seems like a hell of a thing to climb. This is some pretty malevolent groundwork here. Alright, that works for me. Right, so out here we've got, well, first of all, we've got one of these. See how it likes our bow and arrow here. Oh, it wasn't a big fan. And of course, we've got a Korok. And a dead tree. And one of these little skull platforms, too. And let's get our 2 roops. Get our arrows. And get back on the boat. And we're just gonna warp right over here. Warping like 2 inches in order to get inside that ring of rock. It would be pretty tough to climb, wouldn't it? I'm not exactly a rock climbing understander, but... yeah. Just luck. We just mashed buttons on the menu thing for that cyclone skill. No? I can't get this yet? Dang it. I mean, spoiler alert, but we already have met that person. It's stupid. I was Probably not going to use them for a while, but it would have been nice to get them. Video game design. Let's go wherever the hell this is, I guess, and head out our map a little bit. Nice. Oh, is this just the Tower of the Gods again? I need to warp here. Aside from to talk to the fish to get him to put it on my map, because... Then I suppose is a useful central location, so... Yes, okay. Alright, where's... Man, alright. Give us a map, Leonard Nimoy as Seaman. Yep, it's not much of an island, but I guess it counts. Right, we do have to come back here later for story reasons. I'm being an idiot. And yeah, you can see it's kind of shaped like a toilet bowl. Which I know I've mentioned before, but still. Again, this guy with the Triumph forks. Yeah. Sure. Sure thing, Chief. I have like a good idea of being useful along this path is what I'm trying to say. You know, that Cursed Island is over there. There's the Six Eye Reef. Which I guess I could go take on. I have the cannons. I have the boomerang. I have a bow. I don't really feel like it, though. Let's go in the relative direction of the Forsaken Fortress and then turn north once we get far enough east. West. West. There we go. Once we get far enough west. Yeah, I hear you in there, cannons. Y'all certainly exist. And so do the Turbo Octoroks. Ow! Hey! I was gonna do that anyway if the game gave me a chance. In the boat. Fine, just ignore the... Wow. What a bunch of jerks. They're not pleased with me being here. There are definitely times when this game makes C seem pretty vicious, and I at least can appreciate that. Yeah, that's Great Fish Isle. That's the Cursed Isle. It's... Say, is that another eyeball reef right next to Six Eye Reef? There is. And we got the turbo shitter pea hats here. Pirate ship. I mean, I assume it's a pirate ship. It's kind of a pirate-style ship. Let's go talk to the fish. Oh, he's coming up to us again. From a different route this time. What do you got for us, buddy? Question, is this one reef right next to Six Eye Reef? Because that would be kind of funny. Cyclops Reef, yeah. Nice. I like it. Okay, yeah, he's just teaching us how to use the crane, basically. And at this location, the fish teaches you how to control. Hey, seagull. Just the one. Never mind, we got some more. Oh, nope, they're just gonna fuck off. Okay. And it's a shame, I was hoping that they would lead me in the direction of a big octo or something. Something to break up the monotony a little bit. Although there hasn't been that much monotony since the last fish. It's been a very short ride so far. But still, this is a very, very large overworld relative to how much is there. A lot of people talk about how big and empty feeling Hyrule Field is. This is the true big empty. And again, not without its charm, but at times it is like, oh boy, I wish we could do something. Ah boy, I've had enough of these Star Wars. I'm so glad that Alan introduced me to that. What is this massive land over here? There's a couple of like weird puzzle islands along this part of the seaboard here. And I think this might be one of them, or is it just another reef? There's like 3 of them in this one row here. That's strange. I don't remember them being as clumped as this. So we've got some crummy weather coming in here. Hope you got your things together and all that. Since there's a bathroom on the right. Actually, I mean, There kind of is everywhere. We're in the open ocean. I don't think anybody's gonna care if. Oh, that's that's a strange subject to be talking about, even by my standards. Come here, buddy. Give me some more stuff on my ocean map here. Give Ocean Man some ocean map. Link is now Ocean Man, apparently. Yep, Three Eye Reef. Strange that half of them, as I said, are all in this one row. Do eats of here. I don't remember what's up with that dude, but it's something that you want the warp song for, I think. Oh, that's the wrong button. Here we go, and I'm getting out the fish bait again to help us expand our map a little bit as we go. Last time we did this game, it was expand meter. This time it's expand map. Expand chart. Seagulls, they're not interested. Hey, another fairy island. There's a free upgrade for us. That's nice. One will be the western island, I think. See some fire around it. One that we're gonna need the... I think this might be one we need the hammer for, actually, so it's not a free upgrade. Like, I'm acting like it is, because, yeah, we do have to do some stuff in the Forsaken Fortress, and we get ourselves the... We get ourselves the hammer. Okay, Western Fairy Island. Can you tell us if we can get in? Yeah, it's all stuff we knew about. So, thanks, buddy. I think. Can't even be mad at him, but still. It would have been nice to have gotten, like, a useful piece of advice, alright? Am I right, guys? Let's put our sail away and let's investigate this island here. See if we can get in here. Nope, that switch needs the skull hammer to open. Yes, it's called the skull hammer in this game. In Link to the Past, it was just the hammer. In OOT, it was the Megaton hammer. And now it's the skull hammer. They just keep making this thing sound more and more heavy metal with every game in the series. And I am so here for it. Yeah, you can see the Forsaken Fortress out there, but I think there's another thing we're gonna... Yeah, there's gotta be another... Is that just another reef over there? Another one of those reefs. We're not really gonna do those, I don't think. Or at least not on stream. Unless I decide to come back to this after I beat it as like an off and on. Hey, yeah, let's go treasure diving kind of thing, which I mean, I could do that, but I don't know that I will. Stormy weather. Because we're getting close to the fortress, right? Oh, also, yeah, there's a bunch of explosive barrels right in front of our face. Those pirates are ready for us, man. Right. Yep, 4-Eye Reef. Actually, you told us that earlier, buddy, so, yeah. So the minefield should be gone. Oh, there's another one. Which we can just ignore. And we get a bit of lag here as those lights all pop in at once. I'm sure they want us to take a stealthy approach, or the guy's gonna say, hey, be careful, but I don't feel like it. I'm not who I was at the start of this game, yes. You fuckers. We have to bust up some cannons, huh? Yeah, they're not terribly amused with our attempts to hit him with a boomerang. Oh, this is gonna be kind of irritating. Oh. Oh no, we don't actually have to do that. They just... They broke down the door for us! Well, okay. Yeah, I mean, after they blew up their own door, I'm sure they were screaming at each other. Do not be afraid. I'm not. I'm ready to go murder a big old bird. It's just a bird. What can it do to me? Yeah, let's dodge around this spotlight a little bit at least. Oh, no, they don't care. See, we got... Those switches are covered in barbed wire, basically. That ladder is stuck. We don't have a cube to get up there. Nowhere to go but in. Oh. Oh, hi, hi, Phantom Ganon. Time for some tennis. And it is, in this game, a lot easier to see where... It's a lot easier to tell where the ball is what I'm trying to say. And then I just goof up immediately, right? Also, I like that the arrows just don't do anything. He doesn't even try to be like, oh, look how fancy I am. Nice. Ow. Alright, now things are getting real. It's coming in for a bit of actual action here, but... Is he just basically a... Well, no, that's a 4-rounder, pardon me, because... I guess that third tennis ball was super easy. And it opens all the big doors. And we got the little devils showing up, but more importantly, we get ourselves Ghost Square Hammer. I mean, it's a Skull Hammer. Yay! Some enemies even get stunned by the shockwaves it causes when you pound the ground with it. Well, God, I hope so. It has a huge wind-up, as we're gonna see in a moment. I'm doing it that way. I don't need the sail. I think the little devils are just going to keep coming for us, but look at that. Nice and clean. We're just going to ignore these little chuckleheads from here on. We're just going to keep getting harangued by them for a bit. Let's go inside. I don't 100% remember how to get to the upper level here, but we're going to hash this out as we go. Here's our 20th Joy Pendant. And we get the compass. I guess I didn't get this the last time I was here? Well, alright. Actually, let's have a look at our map. Oh no, that's only for the interior. Okay. And again, just go right back to ignoring these doofuses. By that I mean we cut through them because we're going the other way, I think. I think this is the way we go. Yeah, it won't be necessary to correct me if I'm wrong. I'll get there in the end. Got rats with bombs. Stop that. Oh, I can't go in the door there. Okay. These guys just infinite? What is that chest? Alright, so there's something inside of that prison cell. I just don't know how to get in there offhand. Cannot see what it is now. You know, like, what type of chest? Hell with it. This is the wrong way. We're going back. We're going back. Bye. Maybe we have to go up from here? Is there a way for us to get up easily? No, we just have to go around the full perimeter of the thing. This is just what I get for not remembering how this place goes. So all those guys behind me got squished from the shockwave. That's pretty great. Works the exact opposite of how you would expect it to, but okay. Alright, we got more bombing rats. Got lantern moblins. And I'm just gonna ignore all of them. Oh. Thanks, Floor Master. I like how it grabbed me, let me go, and then was just like, actually, yeah, I'm gonna do this. The dick. Can we just use the door? No. Door is not actually a door. Duly noted. But also this may, like, kind of be where I need to be? In a way? Again, I just don't remember the layout of this place, so, yeah. Excuse me being like, guys, I don't know where I'm going, because I don't know where I'm going. Okay, well, they took the swinging lanterns out, so that means that we can probably cross the gap if we do this. And let's go this way, maybe. Maybe? Get out of here. Yes, that's not really the path that we want here. Okay, I think I saw the path. It's over in the northwest corner of the map. So if we come in here, and provided we can get upstairs from here, which that's kind of a big if. Yeah. I was gonna say we should be well on our way, and we are not. Ow. So now we go back into the room with the Floor Master. I mean, it behaves like a Wall Master, but it can't be because it's on the floor, right? They created this enemy called the Floor Master. Not to be confused with its non-Hyrulean brother, the Stairmaster. Why the... I was gonna say, why do they call them Wall Masters if they come out of the ceiling? They came out of the walls in the first game, idiots. That's why. Oh. That statue is upset at us and has the death rays. And we get ourselves 10 rupees. I'm up here. Can we do anything useful with that even? Okay, there's a thing. Also, I guess when I was a kid, my hearing was really awful because I don't remember those, the like string plucks in this from when I was younger. Last time I played it, I didn't have the audio on because, you know, that's one of the things about You Don't Live Alone, that my TV was set up in an area where, like, everybody's room was nearby. And the rest of my family has a tendency to not sleep with their doors closed in their bedrooms. So, yeah. Playing video games late at night with the sound on was just not gonna happen. I guess you could say it was not on, if you if you really want to match my weird speech patterns. Climb this ladder. If I can actually do it correctly, that would be great. How do I get over the... It was not on with Donkey Kong. Yes, absolutely. What is that emote? I'm gonna have to quick cover over that. Nice. That's a good emote. Okay. So we should be able to get where we're going from here. Yeah. Yeah, I remember this now. Yeah. Yeah, because I had to sneak around this whole section. And it was kind of a mess because I got caught at least a couple of times. And, you know, Lank talked about how dummy thick he was. And then we were like, wait a second, that doesn't make sense with that name. That joke isn't as funny as you thought it was. I was like, I guess you're right. Let me build my magic meter, and we can get back to ignoring these little guys. Made him jump. Good enough. Alright. Sidle across. Yeah, I see that searchlight is still there, but... surely, with how little the searchlights have had an effect in this run through, they're not going to make me do it again, right? It's not suddenly going to pull out a death ray and just end me. And I still hear those cannons going off. But that's not a result of me ignoring those things. That's a result of me ignoring the cannons. I've got deadly accuracy, though. Maybe I should actually take a brief detour to go deal with that particular chode. Can I... Why would I be able to do that? It's made of beryl. That was not my smartest move, but I got it, so, okay. Yeah, that cube is gone, as we can see, so... time to re-backtrack. I do love a good backtrack. Unfortunately, I don't think that even exists, so... Really, smarty pants? We're gonna do this? No, we're not. We're doing things this way. This way being basically just ignore it. And then, well, We can fight this guy. Wouldn't hurt to get some more hearts. And those skull necklaces, I don't remember what those are for. So, yeah. Hey, that's not what I wanted to do. Although I guess you approach it at that angle carrying a gigantic fucking hammer, you probably wouldn't do what you need to either, so... Whatever, get up there, Link. Really? Asswipe? Fuck. How hard is it to hit this guy on a tiny little surface? Why am I surprised? It's kind of bullshit that they don't give you health back, but I'm not surprised by that either. Keep going along this little side wall here. Almost there. Alright. Crack these pots. I'll take the extra magic meter. It did use a little bit getting here. Okay, that cannon can't hit me. You know something, game? Wait, why is it back? Are you shitting me? Really? Like, if I go to deal with this thing, I can't get back here without going through doors again, which is going to cause it to regenerate. Maybe I actually do have to kill the searchlights. Wait, that guy's dead already. Which one of those lights is scanning over there? I'm gonna have to find a better way to get back here once I figure this out. Oh no, this guy is actually still alive. Let's do things this way. Fuck out of here, buddy. Back my heart. If winds are currently blowing me to the north, can I catch this ladder in midair? No. Alright. That's right, it's like this. The problem is that I'm thinking of it in terms of the notes in the instrument in the other game, so they don't work like that. Basically, I'm being a big dummy. So east wind, or west wind rather. Yeah, I hear you over there. Shut up, cannon. Uh. Christ. I don't like this. I do not like this. Yeah, really starting to feel like I'm doing something kind of wrong here. I mean, I guess it happens, but it doesn't feel good. Oh, wow. Also, double wow, there's the Psycho Octorok sitting in the water here. But mostly the fact that that dude was over there no-selling my boomerang until he punched me in the face. Like, what a cheater. Can you stop doing shit like that? Should try to knock into his own lantern so he could die in a fire. This is definitely so much worse than I remember. This is not going great. We got angry laser statue. Yeah, we know. Nobody cares. Some kind of fucking joke. Let's keep going. Yeah, so this is really not where we need to be. This is basically the opposite side of there. So let's turn around. And we float over. Alright, take the hammer out again. I'm sorry this is taking so much of this up. I'm doing this real badly, I know. Alright, see you next time, Lethal. Have a good night. Hoping to do these earlier in the future, but this time was sort of a bit of a one. Alright, I will check that out. Thank you. Thank you. Just go back to ignoring Pigman over there. Pigman 2. Yeah, I hear the little devils here. Not particularly pleased about them, because they're becoming kind of annoying now. Hopefully, disabling that searchlight means that the cannon can't shoot me, but you never know. Thinking about that, I wonder how far away I can snipe the searchlight controllers from if it comes down to that, because I don't want to have to keep redoing this. Okay, so it actually is necessary to take the searchlights out again in order to prevent yourself from getting shot by the cannons. That's kind of obnoxious, but okay. I'm air quotes glad this isn't super straightforward. Bullshit is what it is. Alright. break this open. Let's go. This part we have to climb a tower. Well, it floods, if I remember correctly. Link, just go. That door's gonna slam behind him and it's gonna be really loud and it's gonna scare him. Or not. Wow, look at all these seagulls. Hey, wow, this whole thing has been a huge mess. Takes Link that long to figure out the way to open it. Good job, buddy. We have a hammer. We can just bust this door down. Come on. As they continue to just struggle with the door poorly. Stole it. Stop thinking about it. Stop thinking about Link's sword. I mean, we said we would do it without any sort of reward there, but okay. Go ahead and act like you do. Yeah, sure, whatever. Did you know that you can't just wrap around the map? Let's go fight a big bird, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna kick that thing's ass. Yeah, let's stretched out a bit, so let's deal with this. Yeah, let me go fight the bird. Come on, I want to fight the bird. I want a chicken dinner, come on. I had a chicken dinner today. And now the door closes, and now the room starts filling with water. Link, quit staring at it. Just go. This kid, I swear. That said, like, I can't be all that mad about this one over any other Link because, come on, all of them are kind of dumb. Kind of goofuses. Alright, so we're just going to ignore the bokoblins that pop out of these pots at us because, as you can see, this bird is really upset at us and is going to smash these wooden platforms as we get to the end, so we don't have to really deal with them. This is kind of like the pirate chase level in Rayman 2, if you've ever played that. Except, well, yeah, that had Rising Water as well. Anyway, there's less gunfire, we'll say that. Rayman 2, that's a really good game that I definitely need to play on this stream at some point. Alright, so we can smash the Helmrock King in the face. Get fucked. It's okay, Link. Birds can't fly underwater. Get on the thing, come on. Get on the snake. Wait, no, that's something else. That's a Soundgarden joke. Alright, and the shaft closes very slowly. Excuse my yawning. As the bird pops out of the shaft, and let's get ready to fight this fucker. Come on now, work that sucker to death. I thought we had to, like, hit it with something to make it do that. No. This fight is pretty much going to be all hammer all the time, I think, at least for a while. I guess you could say we're MC Hammer, right? Hopefully we don't have any major failures in 1994 like he did. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know about that. Like, what happened to MC Hammer? Well, he tried to be hardcore he tried to be more hardcore in 1994, and it did not work. Alright, land please. Alright, do your thing where you peck the ground because you think Link kind of looks like birdseed. Alright. Come here, buddy. And there goes the mask. That is one angry-looking chicken. I'm just making an assumption that we're going to be doing things this way, but we could probably just beat him up with his sword when he pecks the ground. And this kind of speaks to one of the things that I dislike about Zelda boss fighting in the 3D era. Is that, like, in the old days, yeah, they were kind of simplistic, but it was, like, a certain number of phases of you hit them once after a certain rotation. Well, we beat this guy. Because we're just that good. Too legit! Too legit to quit, right? Yeah, in the 2D Zelda games, they usually were like a little bit snappier, whereas in the 3D games, they ended up always having like this one several phases of just you hit them like 4, 5, 6 times while they're stuck in the ground after doing their attack. And it makes a lot of them feel way over padded. Not exactly a fan. But hey, if you like it, I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your life. Check out this big door. That's what you like to see after a boss fight, is a big door. And also a Ganondorf. I like how he's got kind of like a creepy face in the back of his robes. That is a pretty solid design. He's got a very square face compared to the last time we saw him in a game, huh? Yes? Well, nobody wanted to explain it to us. That grid looks so badly drawn. There are some downsides to this art style as a result. Some things just kind of look a little bit funky. Anyway, come on, throw us out the window. Oh, no, we just sort of bounce off him. He's got a pretty big belly, so, you know, attacking him head on is a foolish thing to do. You hold is useless. I like his sword. He's got a pretty cool thing going on. I mean, it seems perfectly useful for hurting regular things, just not this guy. Alright, Tetra, you're like a pirate, so kick him in the nuts. You seem like the sort of person who would know how to do something like that. Ooh. The funky spacing on that punctuation. Dun dun dun! The plot twist, I think. Yeah, we could tell from earlier that she was kind of tied a little bit to things related to, you know, Hyrulean big shots of some manner or another. It was a pretty good distract, though, because the Rito managed to rescue us. Hey, it's Valoo, who looks incredibly silly while flying. I mean, a big part of it really is the big floppy neck. That's basically just Drampa from the new Pokemon games. And I can't believe I didn't really think about it until now. And by the new Pokemon games, I of course mean Sun and Moon and forward. It's not very new anymore, is it? I still have most of the games from that era. I think I'm only missing one of the two Ultra games, but Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun sucked all kinds of ass. They were probably some of the very worst Pokemon games, to be quite honest with you. Which is kind of astounding considering that the lowest of the franchise has been utterly infuriating. Cough, cough, Diamond and Pearl. Cough, cough. Oh, he speaks Ishgard as well. I could translate that if I had like a key for that, because it's basically just sort of a substitution cipher with characters for letters, as far as I understand. I could very well be wrong, and if I am, feel free to let me know, but if I'm not, well, then don't let me know. Anyway, we got rescued by the people from the first dungeon town. And we have to go back to Old Hyrule. So we get plot dumped at by a boat. I'm ready for some Metal Gear length cutscenes here. Metal Gear! I mean, there's been stealth already, so... Yeah, we're gonna... Literally, like, less than 5 seconds. Calm down. I don't need a second tutorial, Nintendo! Like, yes, this is a game for all ages, but it's not being played by 2-year-olds. Okay, good. The vault is open. I don't have to redo the puzzle. The air quotes puzzle. The open the garbage tier security lock. And hey, who's this guy? He looks like he's got a pretty high collar in the back. Who dis? Gossip stones. Ooh. That's an interesting bit of a throwback here. Hey, Lank, didn't you notice what that statue looked like? And there he is, King Daphnis Nohansen Hyrule. King of Red Lions himself. Or as we're going to call him, the Big D. I'm going to forget that immediately, but come on, we all know that it would be exactly the kind of sense of humor that I would have, right? It's power of the gods for his own evil ends. Yak, yak, yak. Yeah, but they were kind of screwed, really, because apparently the gods can never just directly... Apparently they're just never allowed to directly smite Ganondorf, despite however much power they're allowed to hold. He's just sort of immune to the gods. And, you know, as long as Ganondorf was sealed and he was never able to somehow unlock this, which I don't think he was able to, everything would have been fine. You could have just thrown him in the ocean and, you know, what I'm saying is we could have avoided this step. In some way or another. Surely. Except that instead, the gods are like, nope, you gotta go kill him. Fuck the gods, basically, you know? This is why I'm not a religious person, I guess. Because video games. That's my dog barking at another dog on the television. And so Big D finishes Zelda's Triforce piece, and she turns back into Zelda and proceeds to immediately become as useful as Princess Zelda usually is in these games. Thank goodness she doesn't get insta-captured, but... You know, she was enjoying her life as a pirate, I'm pretty sure. Or at least going to enjoy it more than... at least up to a point. Yeah, you've sort of caused a lot of issue here. You mean that it's old? That might do it. Yeah, whatever. Go to some temples. Yeah, just cut to the chase, buddy. No? Like, literally no? Like, it's not... It is never a person's fault for existing? I don't feel better. I don't feel better. I forgot that the plot of this game dives off the handle this fast. And also, I kind of forgot that there's at least some implication that it's basically just like the people of Hyrule are not satisfied. The people of Hyrule are kind of greedy is not the word that I'm looking for here, but also, yeah, Wind Temple, Earth Temple, I don't give a shit. But that there's definitely some sort of selfishness here of like, oh, well, we want to continue being alive even though everything's fine down here as they're sealed in time, so somehow that is a thing that has an effect. And you know, apparently Zelda can no longer do pirate shit, and so the gods, who are so incompetent that they can't beat this guy for some reason that is never properly explained. Like, maybe it's because he possesses the Triforce of Power, but that's not really told to us for certain. Like, it is very possible that I'm missing something and that there is continuity to this, but also, it's not working for me. I'm really, really sorry to everybody who's like, hey, stop Hey, Lears, how's it going there? We are winding down on the stream for the night, by the way. You caught me in a time when I was like, I'm not liking this game's plot anymore, too, so I know that that's always fun for some people. Yeah, I know, but I could warn you about that, right? Okay, so we go back to Mother and Child Isles because I believe we can now go get the fire and ice arrows. And although it points us to the, shit. It points us to the two temples. And we're gonna get a cutscene here. It points us to the two temples. That's a bit of a lie. We can go there, but we're gonna be stymied on both of them. And we're gonna have to go get the power bracelet and the iron boots, which need these arrows. It's got to be explained somewhere, but I don't know where offhand. Also, the Queen of the Fairies, is that who this is? I forget. Is extremely... Yeah, the Queen of the Fairies. She is very creepy looking. Like, I don't think that the regular Great Fairies are that bad in this game. Like, they're a little funky looking. But my god, do they make up for it with this atrocity. Like, this is alarming on several levels. Just remember that it's spelt the same in Persona. I remember this music being a lot sadder sounding when I was a kid, but I don't know. Yeah, ice arrows, fire arrows, we kind of know how those work, but that's okay. And we get some heals. Link makes a really silly face. I am indeed emulating this because I had a bit of an issue capturing off my jank capture thing with my console. It's probably just full of dust or something. So, but either way, my capture device is extremely out of date. So, yeah. Oh, I have some unfortunate news about that. I got an email saying that I can't get those. Which, yeah, that makes me real, that's real great to hear. Thanks a fucking lot, world. Yeah, it's, not particularly great. Because I'm being claimed as a dependent on somebody's, thing. Which, I mean, it happens. It's someone in my family. It's not like it, you know... It's not like some random person is entering that into... As far as I know. God, I hope not. Let's port out of here. I'm not 100% sure what this location is. I damn well hope so, but... You know, we'll see what happens when it happens. Because I'm not 100... Oh, this is... Yeah, this is Tingle Island. Which has its uses, but not right this minute for us. Is this Tingle Island? Yeah, this is Tingle Island. Put that thing away. I'm slightly confused right now because I don't know what shit is. Let's get out of here. Let's go grab that Great Fairy that we saw earlier on the far edge of the map, and then we will call it a night for the night. Well, yeah, of course we're going to call it a night for the night. If we call it a night for the morning, that's a little weird. After we... So, the next stream, I will probably be trying to wrap up Oh No More Lemmings, and then I will go back to this, and I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to play as my other game that I alternate with this. I will figure it out. Maybe I'll pick up something that I... Maybe I'll pick up a game that I have left on the shelf because I started streaming a couple of things and then shelved a couple of them afterwards. I may go back to Mario RPG Revolution and round that out because that's an option. Again, for something like that, because I have a copy of Eternal Darkness now, I would be checking to see if my cube would work, because I don't know how well that emulates. And if I get, like, little bits of slowdown while I'm emulating that, that doesn't seem like a good place to get it. Like, I'm already pretty bad at survival horror stuff to begin with, so... that would not be a good time. Yeah, me too, because it would be nice to get a couple of PC parts. Something... You know, I could at least look into a processor that's more recent than 4770K. It is what it is, though. Yeah, can't win them all. Sometimes you can't win any of them, but what are you supposed to do? Where the hell are we? Okay, I think we passed it. We almost passed it, that's for sure. Alright, shark wrapped around? Yes. Get out of here. It didn't die. Did now, though. Alright. Rolling on up, and... that thing... Okay. Show me potato salad. What do we got for an upgrade? Is this going to be more arrows? It can't be more bombs, that's for sure. And it's not going to be a magic meter. Could be a wallet, I guess. Because I know there's one more wallet upgrade, but I think it's arrows. It is statistically a bit more likely to be... yeah, there we go. Carry up to 60 arrows with us. That is pretty nice. We are in no need of a new ferry, so let's go ahead and save up. Yep, don't touch the memory card, yeah. Guess we'll hit the continue playing button even though we're going to be cutting it off here. Thank you all to everyone who's still here, who watched it all, and anyone who came in earlier. I will see you guys next time, which will hopefully be pretty soon.